What's
Awesome,
up, Victor?
awesome.
Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah. Oh my God, the three of us, New York.
The Three Stooges.
Last time we were together,
Oh
we were
yeah, we
all
were
in
in Times
Times
Square making
Square.
videos.
That's right. That's right. Also,
That's right.
California. We were having a blast there
Oh
too.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
They were all at the live event in California, Hollywood.
It was
That's
New
right.
York, California, and New York.
Hey,
I always
Victor,
want to go back to
remember
New
crossing
York.
the street?
Yes.
We got stories we could tell.
Oh yes.
No, it's good to be with you guys again.
It's great to see
Absolutely.
you.
Excellent.
So
All
Excellent.
right.
you're
Well,
the
in the
money
interest of
man. And
yeah,
I've always wanted to ask you before we go to the formal present. I always wanted to
okay.
ask you, could you explain for, like the average Joe that's having a cup of Joe or a beer at the pub, and they say, you know what? I've heard about this easy one-up thing. What is it, and why should I care? What do you think? I mean, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but that's the question I get asked all the time. What do you think?
To me, it's a
Yeah.
real simple answer. What is Easy One Up? It's one of the simplest opportunities in the world to make money. That's number one. Number two is the people that have, owned Easy One Up, which is Mr. Peter Wolfing, has been doing this for, 30 years, and 22 years he's been in multiplex. And, credibility is the issue of these opportunities. And for me, Easy One Up, you don't make a lot of money on a per sale basis, but you make a boatload of money if you're consistent, persistent, and just keep working it and working it and working it and investing in your life. I'm still a member of Easy One Up, even though I've gone on to do some other things. I'm still making money in Easy One Up just through osmosis, Victor. So,
Walter, that's so true. Exactly what you just said is one of the fascinating things with Easy One Up. It is a one-time payment program, but what people do is some people stay with it the whole time. Other people use it, then they'll go do something else, then they'll come back, then they'll go do something else and come back. And the trajectory of Easy One Up, the volume, and I'm talking about from an admin perspective, goes like this, but always up, right? Because people always come back. You have a home here, right? Because when you have an account, you always have an account.
Yep.
And so you can work it a little bit, a lot. It's up to you how you want to do that. Mm-hmm.
It's a great opportunity for anyone, especially during COVID right now. People are furloughed. People have lost their jobs. Where else can you go find a consistent stream of income as long as, once again, you're advertising and spending the money in your business? Because money does make money. So you have to invest in yourself in order for you to actually make that living you want to make. And it could be a secondary income or it could be a primary income. It's really and truly up to you. So.
Yeah, and I know many leaders here that'll come on later on that will say, listen, I made this amount of money with Easy One Up. Then what I did was I invested it in the Forex market, into Bitcoin. I invested into the stock market. I put it into other things to develop other streams of income, or maybe invested into another program or BizOp or whatever. So they're using this as cash flow as a way to increase their multiple stream of income. And hey, that's what we want. That's what we want, right? So we want you guys to be stable business people and to grow as your money grows, which is a good, really great thing. So Walter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this share screen, and let's talk about one of our favorite subjects, which is money. Okay. And we want to talk about the OPM, other people's money secrets. And Walter and I have done this presentation a few times, and it's just a fantastic thing. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and ask yourself, have you ever wondered what really is money? Really? What really is money, and how do people utilize money to their benefit? If you want, do this in the chat, okay, whether on YouTube or live. How many of you would like me to share how to be able to get from, say, a lower product level in Easy One Up to the Pro, which is 1,000, or to the Vertex Live using other people's money? Pretty good thing, right? Pretty good thing. And most of you that are not there should have your hand up, because really that's what you're here to do today. The problem is that most people don't know how money works, and most people have a negative view about money because that's the way they have been brought up. It's most of the time it's the squirrels running in your head that are saying you can't do that. Only rich people take advantage of other people. All these different types of things, which are totally not true. Money just magnifies who you are. Okay, and money is an enabler to become better. The whole object of life is growth, right? Is to be able to become a better person and to grow through life, not to be stagnant and go through life as I call on autopilot. So what you want to do, if you don't have money, that's okay, but you don't say, well, I don't have money. Okay, you might say, listen, the difference between your truth and reality is different. The truth is right now I don't have money, but the fact is it's going to go this direction. Or, you know, you say these different things to you to make the universe work in your favor, to make things line up and happen for you. And in our mentor program, we go into a lot of these mindset things that will literally change your life. So the solution is using other people's money. Do you think people that have a significant portfolio, that they just go out and plop their money down to do that? Most of the time they don't. They're always leveraging. Okay, leverage is a huge word. And even in network marketing, leverage is the word, right? We leverage with other people, but also you could leverage other people's money at the same time, right? And there's challenges to do that, okay, obviously, but we can overcome that. The solution is you want to think of how the rich people make money. You want to copy the way they do that. One of my favorite authors, you should get this book, it's available in public domain or on Amazon for less than $10, is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. It's literary artwork when it comes to money, okay? And he says basically there's really no difference between those who have made money and those not. It's just that they've done things in a very specific way, okay? And they do it in a very specific, methodical way when other people don't. And if you think about it right now, it's not for lack of information on how to make the money. It's freely available. Go to YouTube, go to Google, type in how to make money. It's there, but it's like the size of the Grand Canyon when it comes to taking action for various different reasons. Most of it is fear, okay? So with a system, you can overcome the fear and these different types of things to be able to reach your goals and dreams, and you need a way to navigate that way, and we have that with Easy One Up and our staff to be able to help you do that. So we call this the financial layaway program. It is not a finance program, meaning that you are not getting a loan from the bank. They pay the sponsor, right? And if you default on the loan, then they're going to come after my company, which I never touched the money there to begin with. So it is more like a layaway. Now, a layaway program is basically, you ever go to buy something for, say, the holidays, say Christmas or whatever, you put some money down in, say, August, and then they put it on the side and you pay a little bit over time, and then you get the product in December. It's similar to that. However, some major differences. And I'm going to pass it over to Walter to kind of go over some of these key highlights. You want to take it away, buddy?
Sure, no problem at all, Peter. Well, like Peter said, it's really like a layaway program for the holidays. Everybody, absolutely anyone who applies qualifies for this program. There's a couple of criteria, and we'll go over that in a second. But it's beautiful. You don't need your social security number. You don't have a specific FICO score that's needed to get approved. And it's available throughout the entire world, assuming you have a checking account. They used to use credit cards, but now it's specifically a checking account. So you have to have a routing number and an account number to put into the system where your monthly payment will come out. Okay, it's real simple. It's that easy. Now, some of the details, you can pay it in a year or two, 12 months to 24 months. But what's really important to understand is the interest rate is not as high as people would think, like on a credit card at 22, 23, 24. Right now, it's actually 16%. When we did the presentation last time, it was 17%. It has dropped a percentage. And you are required to pay your sponsor 25 to 50% down based on the program. Now, the only two that are available is Vertex Pro and Vertex Live. Okay, so you have to put 25% down on the $1,000 program, which is Pro, and you have to, and that's minimum because $750 is the minimum you can actually borrow per se. And on the 2,000, you can put 25% or 50% down, and you can prepay it in a month, 3 months, 6 months. As soon as you make your first couple of sales, pay it off. and you can get this immediately within literally, within minutes. I can get it done for you, assuming you send me the right information. But most important to know is you must be at the $1,000 or $2,000 level, pro or live level, in order to receive your own portal. That's very
and Walter,
important.
that last one, get activated immediately. Remember I said the layaway program is you put money down and they won't give you the product, say the clothes or whatever you're putting that with.
Right.
They won't give it to you until you finish paying. As soon as you're approved with our finance company, you're going to get marked as paid by the sponsor.
Correct.
Okay, then you can start selling at that product level before you actually made your first payment.
Exactly. That's huge. That's huge. And I'm going to go through an actual application with you to show you how simple this is in a few moments. So again, 25 to 50% down upfront to the sponsor. So that, you have to have some skin in the game. This is not a freebie, okay? Everyone has to have skin in the game. And the residual income is the part that no one really and truly understands about this. That's the long-term side of this. So if someone is paying a loan for a year or 2 years, every time they make a payment, you're receiving that payment less. I think it's about $8 to $12, depending on the month, okay? And depending on the program. But the bottom line is, let's say a payment's $100. You'll get $90 a month, in essence, for every person you put through here and got approved. Imagine having 10 people. That's 900, here we go, $1,000, $91. So you might get $85, $86, $83, whatever, per month, times 10 people, 20 people, 50 people. That's a pretty cool residual income while you're making full-time sales at the $1,000 and $2,000 level as well, and getting it up front in full. So think about this before you say something negative about it, because everybody's negative initially until they learn. Here's $2,000, right? You put down 50%, you got $183 payment. I mean, we're talking low payments here, folks. If you can't do these numbers that it's on the screen right now, then you shouldn't be in the program. You got to go find something else to do. So anyway, bottom line is you could have other programs, that you might be working in within Peter's system that, are higher level and higher numbers, and you can still use this. Now, who's this not for? Okay, this is probably one of the most important parts of this presentation. And it's not for people for looking for freebies. Okay, here we go. People who want something for nothing. Okay, that's not the type of people we're looking for. We're looking for responsible fiscal people. People who don't pay their bills, who default on loans and credit card bills and things. We're not interested in those people. So we're asking you to vet. People who never finish anything. They start things and never finish a thing. Why bother at that point? You're wasting your time. And the get-rich-quick schemes, we all know throughout the years, that never works. So stay away from those kind of people. And people who take advantage of others is probably the biggest one of them all. They're the ones who are gonna, worry about themselves only and end up, not doing the right thing. So how does it benefit you guys? Well, it's financial leverage, like you heard Peter say in the very beginning of this. It's acceleration, residuals, and cash. So if you want a residual income for a person who could not afford to send you $1,000 or $2,000 up front, but they have a great mindset, they are business minded, they're entrepreneurial type people, bring those people in and have them put $250 down on a $1,000 program. Give them the opportunity to play. And if you can play by the rules, you're going to be a winner in this opportunity. Believe me. Mr. Peter Wolfing, he's giving you this promise. Believe you me, I've known this man for years. I broke bread with him in my own home. Him and his wife and children were here in my home. So I trust this man implicitly. And he's always welcome in my home and always will be. So again, this is not for every single person out there. Don't worry about it. And if you see someone who's not fiscally responsible, okay, do me a favor. Forget about them. Tell them they either give you $1,000 or $2,000 up front, but they can't use other people's money. All right? You default, you lose. We all know that. So anyway, Peter, would you like, your time is definitely now. If you're not doing this now, there's something mentally wrong with you. I'm telling you right now, you need to get involved right now. I'm actually going to show you, Peter, is this the time to do an application?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Is actually, let me give you the screen. I'm going to unshare my screen.
And then we'll do a Q&A at the end because I have plenty of time right now. If we get through this
Okay.
application in 5 minutes, which we will,
Okay.
I mean, I want to show people how simple this really is.
Okay. Yeah, take the screen, Walter, if you can. And we want to show you exactly how it works, how simple it is to sign somebody up, how simple it is to get a portal, the whole thing.
Yep.
And it's like having Easy One Up as a one-time payment program with a residual built in if you choose to use it. Okay.
Exactly.
So as the portal company drafts the money out of the checking account, the following month, we in turn as a company will get a printout and they will wire us the money. Okay. We can then go through the entire list of people that have done that. There's a small processing fee, like Walter said, $8 to $10 or so that is taken off that they charge us. We just pass it on to you. And then we process all those payments and we send the payments directly to the sponsor. Okay. So there's always a 1 month lag time. So if they pay now, next month they're getting paid, and you'll get that every single month. And if they pay ahead of time in a bulk payment, you're getting that as well too. Okay.
That's right.
So it's a win-win-win all around for everybody. And I don't know anybody that has a program like this at all.
No, it really doesn't exist. I've only given it to this company, Peter, as you know. There's no other network marketing, BizOp company out there that has this opportunity. And I just want to follow up on what Peter just said. There could be times, depending on when an application is approved and you get started with it, that it could go another additional month. And Peter and I have witnessed this a number of times. So don't get upset if you don't have your first payment. Believe me, Peter's not holding your money. He didn't receive it yet. Once he receives
Yeah, because when you get started, the first payment might be 30 or 45 days beyond that,
Yep.
where their first payment is, which will delay it a little bit because they make the payment, then we get paid the following month. But we got you back. So we'll hook you up, and we'll make sure that you get paid.
Exactly. So I'm going to go through real quick right now. I'm at the dashboard. Once you have sign-in capabilities and you have your own portal, this is what your dashboard will look like, okay, when you sign in. So, I mean, I can actually go show you real quick just to let you know how many people are actually here. I go to manage users, and, you know, there are a tremendous amount of people. I'll scroll to the bottom. There's 208 people right now in here that are approved with a portal that they can actually provide loans for their new people coming on board. So I'm going to add a customer. All right. I'm going to show you how simple and why everyone qualifies in the world. I'm going to, you know, I've done this with Peter, with Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. Today, the person's going to be Fred Flintstone. So I'm going to, you know, start typing. Okay. Just to prove to you how simplistic this really is. So Fred Flintstone is going to be, hold on. Fred Flintstone is going to be our borrower, and Fred Flintstone lives at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Main Street. It's really that simple. I'll make this up, put it in Yapbank. Who cares? None of this matters. Now, what does matter is all these red stars. So you do have to put in your real email address because it knows if it's real or it's fake. So if you don't put a real email address in here, you'll never, ever, ever get approved for anything. So I'll put in one of my email addresses, which I generally don't use. And phone number, you got to put in a phone number, but I'm putting in a phony phone number. And what type of phone number? It is a mobile number. Okay, so we can hit continue. Now, the second page that's going to come up here is going to be more like a credit application. What did we miss? There was already a customer with this email in our system. Oh, geez. All right. See, the system is sophisticated enough to know that there is someone else in there with that email. So it will not allow you to duplicate a loan, just so that you know. So now you're going to select your program, okay? And in this case, we're going to select Easy One Up. And we hit continue. Now here's the credit application. Do you notice here Social Security number does not have a red star? That's because it's not required. So you can put your date of birth in here. I'll put my actual date of birth in here because it just doesn't matter. and I own my house. You could be renting. It really doesn't matter. I pay $4,000 a month, whatever. Who knows? I wish it was 4,000. Peter's been here. I'm employed. Always put employed. Okay. And even if, make up an employer name if you're not employed. If you decide to go self-employed, okay, you can do that too. So we'll go self-employed. I have a company called MedTech. I'm just going to put MedTech here. Type of business, it's finance. Date business was established 02/01/1990. Work phone. You're going to want to put your cell phone here probably in most cases. So just put it in there. All right. Gross monthly income. Put in $6,000. Okay. Just put in 6,000. Listen to Uncle Walter. Okay. And then hit continue. You're going to laugh about this, everyone on here. This is how simple it is. Okay. Please review the credit application. Make sure everything's correct. Fred Flintstone lives in Yaphank. Sounds good. All right. Let's go hit submit. And boom, shakalaka, we have what's now called, and let's go. You're approved for a credit line of $30,000. Now, I'm going to stop right here just to explain a couple of things. Number one is it's not real money. It's not $30,000 that's going to be put into your bank account or sent to your home. Okay, it's kind of it's not phony money because it is available if you want to use it. But the reality of it is everyone gets approved, as you just saw Fred Flintstone get approved, okay, with a phony phone number and everything. So the purpose behind this is to get everyone to understand that we're going to approve you for either level, the $1,000 or the $2,000 level, the Pro or the Vertex Live. But you are going to have to physically make a monthly payment every single month. And I'm going to show you that right now. So we go to loan options. Okay. We just click that. And we do have to put in here either the 1,000 or the 2,000. So let me do the 2,000. It's $2,000. You're going to put down 25%, let's say. So $500 or $1,000 or whatever your sponsor allows you to do.
So Walter, the cash price is not the actual amount you're going to be getting the layaway for. That's how much the price of the product is.
That is correct. It is
right.
The price of the product, and that's what you have to put in there, because your down payment now at $500 means you're going to be borrowing $1,500, which you will see in a second. Okay. Charge description. In this case, I would put in here Vertex Live. Okay, because you're buying the top product. Then, if you notice, amount finance right here is $1,500 with a remaining credit line, right? So now go get your terms. Click get terms. This is how simple this really is. It's amazing to me. But here it is. For a year, it's $136.05. It's at 16% APR, like I told you earlier, or $75 a month for 24 monthly payments. It's really that simple. So pick one. I'll pick the 2-year one because it's the cheaper one. Click continue. Now this is you, the sponsor, putting this information in for your new member, okay? Here we go. This is it. We're at the end. Now you add a payment method, and I'm not going to go past this, okay? But you add a payment method, and all you'll be putting in here is checking or savings account, your routing number, your account number, okay? Fred Flintstone, and then you'll save payment method. And then what's going to happen is you're going to choose either an email, which is you're going to choose every single time is the email to deliver the documentation. There would be one more page after this that would show you an email or an in-person. You're going to hand the documents to the people. Everyone chooses email. You DocuSign your documents, and you're done. It's over. You actually now are a member at the level you decided to come in at, as Peter said earlier, which is unheard of. You're not all paid up the full $2,000, but yet you have the opportunity to sell the $2,000 product, assuming you don't default on your monthly payments. Very critical to understand. You default, all right, you drop down to the level that, I believe Peter will tell that part of it. You'll drop down to the level below, or whatever level you actually paid into, and that'll be it. I think we should take questions now.
Yeah, if anyone have any questions on what we've covered here as an option, I think it's very, very powerful. If my personal opinion, if you are with someone and they can come in full Monty with it, great. You know, do it all the way, have them pay to come in, you're going to get paid up front. But there are a segment of the people that want to but can't. And as Walter said, you don't do this for everybody, okay? You have to vet the person and see if they're serious that they are going to want to do it versus say, okay, yeah, everybody will take something that quote unquote looks free, and they're going to default because it looks bad for us as a company, and the finance company is just not going to like it, right? And so you want to make sure you vet the person a little bit that they're going to follow through with this, and this is what they really want. You get yourself your 25 or 50% upfront. They pay the member. Then the financing starts to come in. We will start paying the principal to the sponsor every single month. We'll send it via check or Zelle or whatever. And again, this is global as well too. As long as you have a checking account, you're good. So
That's right.
I think it's a fantastic way. Now the license fee or admin fee for Easy One Up is not financeable. Okay, so out of the 2,000, you have to pay the 500 to the company. You're paying the 25 or 50% down to the member, depending on what you've talked to them with and what they're willing to take. And then the financing would be the difference between the two. And the same thing with the $1,000 product. You're paying the $100 company license fee, and then you're going to pay the member $250 or $500, depending on what you guys are doing.
No 500, only 250, because the minimum loan amount is 750.
Ah, right. Okay, right. My bad. So yeah, you have to, on the 1,000, you're going to pay the company 100, the member 250, and the minimum that you can finance is 750. So you're right on the spot right there. So so that's how you would do the Vertex Pro. Okay. Lucinda says, how do we set this up for our customers? I tried to follow instructions in the back office and nobody got back to me when I sent an email to the address.
Not sure I understand the question.
I'm not sure if you sent it to the finance company or to the email in the back office, but I know definitely Walter gets pretty much all of those, and I know that he follows up on everybody for sure.
Yep.
So there's always the spam thing going on. I would say if you send something and within 48 hours, if you haven't gotten a response, then send it again and mention what happened. If again you haven't gotten a response, send an email to support@easy1up.com and we'll look into it. Okay, because I know for a fact, I know Walter like he's my brother. He gets back with everybody. Okay,
everybody.
So
now sometimes I'm just going to jump in there because sometimes I'm traveling and I'm on a plane and I'm away for a day or two. So just give me 48 to 72 hours to respond. What I'll generally do is respond right on my phone and then let you know that I'm on it. Okay, and I will get it to you when I'm at the hotel or whatever the case may be. So no problem at all.
Yeah, so, and Renee asked, so the sponsor fills out the form for the new member. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because now you have to have access to the portal. So if you are not right now part of the UGA U360 portal and you don't have your credentials to have your own portal, and you must be at the Vertex Pro or Live in order to get a portal. But if you're at those levels and you would like a portal, send an email to that email in your back office. I will receive that and I will get you set up very, very quickly. Okay.
Yeah, that's in your back office, everybody. On the top left-hand corner, if you go into one of the sub menus, it'll say My Financing. There's a video that we did just like this one that's there. Make sure you watch that and then follow the instructions and send the email send an email to the email listed. Walter will get that. And you'll have a portal set up for you. And again, only the top 2 levels in Easy One Up can get a portal. And please don't ask for a portal if you don't plan on signing up customers, because it's just extra work for Walter and everybody concerned to do that. Okay, so make sure you're serious and you want to do that so that this way you can utilize this amazing product that we have available for you guys.
And I'm going to bring it home one more time. Just be fiscally responsible. Ask some tough questions of your new member and make sure that you know that they will be able to pay that 75, 80, $100 a month. Please, please, please. Because what will happen is we'll lose the opportunity to have this program if we have too many defaults. Okay.
Right. And whether the money that's taken out every month by the finance company, they don't care whether you're making money in Easy One Up or not. Okay. Because you committed to do that every month. That's what they're going to do every month. So it's your obligation to make the money. It's not their obligation to stop collecting the money. Okay. Because you've made a written agreement with them to be able to do that. So, and I understand someone on the chat says, I haven't made money yet. I came in at 2000. I wouldn't say it's very common, but it happens. So what you have to do is adjust, get back to your sponsor, join the Facebook group, and evaluate what you've been doing so far, okay? Normally, it's just you haven't been doing enough, okay? But evaluate that and readjust a little bit so that this way you can kind of attack it from a different way, okay? Because the system definitely works. We have people for 5 years all around the world. Many of them don't even speak English, doing fantastically well in the program, that have made 5 figures and 6 figures in the program, don't even speak English. And so they have so many disadvantages, yet they make it happen. So there's definitely ways to make it happen. My suggestion is, again, get back with your sponsor, do a game plan. If they're not available, or maybe they're too green in the business, go to the company Facebook group. There's 7,000 people there that are willing to help you, and many of them are fantastic, that are just chiming in all the time. Julie and many other people over there are just willing to help you, okay? So it's awesome stuff, okay?
A lot of people overthink this. And I did have a question for Walter if he comes back on, but maybe you can answer it, Peter. Is there a prepayment penalty? So like, let's say you just get started with your business, you get into a layaway program, you pay your $2,000, and your accountant's going to ask you, okay, what's this $2,000 for? And I always tell them it's for coaching, because that's a business expense, right? I'm not a CPA, but I have a CPA, and that's what you do, is it's a business expense. So you're investing your $2,000 in coaching specifically to your sponsor, and then you're doing a license fee of $500 to the company for the product. That's how it works in an accounting perspective, as I understand it. But I did want to ask that to Walter. Now Walter's back, but we are at capacity, my friends. Now think of it this way. Every single person that's live with us in Zoom is at the Vertex Live level, which means they've gone through this process, whether it was easy or whether it was complicated, whether they did a layaway or whether they wrote a check to their sponsor. I mean, you just need to up-level your thinking a little bit and realize there's more than 100 people here live with us in this Zoom, not counting the people who are watching us live on YouTube. Every single one of the person who's here, it has made that investment, has crossed to the Vertex Live level. And to me, that's what I look for if I want to be part of a movement, right? I join movements. And as soon as I met Peter, I said, you know what? I don't even, it's kind of like Deepak Chopra, when you hear him talking like this, he says, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I want to join whatever he's doing, And that's how I felt when I saw Peter.
He's got the it factor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Great question. Gerard says, if the prospect signing up for this service defaults on a loan, who will be responsible for the payment? So basically, if they default, it's technically not a quote unquote loan, because we're not getting the money up front. So if they default on a payment, what happens is that we take whatever payments they paid, we see where the approximate product level that they're in the program according to the payments, and we cancel them from the higher one and put them in the lower one, okay? So you're not responsible if they don't pay, okay? So the sponsor is not responsible if they don't pay. So that's a fantastic question, but rest your mind at ease, okay?
Peter, we haven't had that many defaults.
Yeah, it's really been very good.
Well, yeah, the thing is, I think most people, when they're making money, it's no big deal because it's an expense, right? If you sign up 3 people and you just made $6,000 in checks, do you have a problem now paying off your loan. That was my question to you, Walter.
Yeah.
Is there a prepayment penalty, or
No,
can you
no.
pay off your loan to the company? That was my
You could
question.
actually take the loan, Victor, literally today and pay it off tomorrow if you made those sales you just said. You could just literally pay it off and say, thank you very much.
That's what we suggest. That's
You know
what
what
we
I do
suggest.
whenever I join a company? It's so simple. I ring up my first 3 people first, and I say, you know what? I'm thinking of joining this company. And I say, you want to join this with me and be part of my team? And they say yes or no. And then I have my 3 lined up before I join. Then boom, I join, I have my 3 and I'm done.
And you're
It's
done.
really simple.
But the program
Yep.
is really geared to help people that really are motivated and want to do something, Victor.
Yeah.
And they just don't have the resources to do it.
Exactly.
But they're good people.
Yeah.
And you know what? Help those people, have them have a small monthly payment, and you'll get a residual to boot.
Yeah.
So
I think it's great.
And you get that warm, fuzzy feeling.
warm, fuzzy feeling.
And your accountant will thank you because you're working with a third party that's actually collecting the money on behalf of the sponsor. And I think that's great.
Well, there's a great question that just came up about, does the company charge? The company doesn't charge the $8 to $10. The company is charged the $8 to $10, and it's just passed on to you, the member. So if you had a $100 payment coming to you, excuse me, let me back that up. If you had a $100 monthly payment that was being paid, you might receive only $92 residually every single month, or $90, $92. That's how it really works.
Yep. And say on a $2,000 level, you're paying the member's paying $500 to the company. That's not financeable with the layaway.
Right.
And depending on what your sponsor wants to do, they might collect $500 to $1,000. That's 25 to 50%. It's totally up to the sponsor what they want to collect. Okay. Let's just say it's 500. So you would pay 500 to the sponsor, 500 to the company. Then you have the rest of it, which is 1,500 going to the layaway. Okay.
Correct.
And then you're paying that every month. So you pay it for 2 years, and within 2 weeks you have your first sale. Pay it off.
Yeah.
Right. Then you're done.
And remember,
so you got yourself
$750.
basically a free business.
And remember, $750 is the minimum that you can take. You can't take a $500 loan. Only $750 and above.
Someone says at some point, will the prospect have the ability to sign up in the program on their own? The company does not sponsor anybody, so they have to have a member to sign up with. We don't do that, okay? We don't sponsor people directly at the company. If we happen to get someone, we will introduce them to somebody else and give them to members in the program, but we don't sponsor people here at the company. So you can rest your mind at ease that we're not in competition with you. It's just to make the program better, so this way you in turn can do better.
All right. Well, there are a ton of questions in that we could answer that are kind of off topic, but I did want to address some of them. So, but Walter, you want to come back on cameras and just, I know you have to go.
There I am.
Good to see you there. So let me see if there's any questions here that are on the subject of financing.
Go ahead.
Because a lot of these questions
got 10
are
minutes
like,
to go, Victor.
I can
funnels
go for 10 more. Funnels and funnels. Everybody wants funnels. I said, stay tuned. We're covering funnels at the end of today's presentation. We're actually building a funnel. We have built a funnel. We have really good funnels. Trust me, you're going to get your funnels. I went to college, and my favorite funnel is the beer bong, where they stick a hose in your mouth and pour 5 beers down your throat. Yeah.
I know. As soon as I met Victor, I was like, I want to party with that guy, man.
Now I'm more sophisticated. I do shots with a vodka with Walter.
Yeah. We had a great time on that cruise. Life is a vacation, man. I'll tell you.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
And especially Walter singing Frank Sinatra, My Way. I love it.
Okay, so there's a lot of questions.
We'll pass on that.
Here's a typical question. Say that I'm gonna be harsh on this person. This person asks, "Sorry, but I've registered over a month now without any income. Why?" Well, because you haven't sold anything. right? You have to be a coach for someone else. It's kind of like, let's say you went to your CPA and you said, you know what? I want to hire you to do my taxes, and you don't ever write him a check, right? Is he going to actually do your taxes for you? No. But over to you, Walter. How would you answer that? I haven't registered. I've registered for a month over now, and we have a lot of questions about this, about saying—
There's a lot of questions that have to be asked, Victor. Like, what have you done?
What have you done lately?
I love the people that join programs and they expect the money to just arrive in their checkbooks. You know, it's like,
oh God,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a work program, everybody. So there's definitely ways to do it. If it's not working for you, don't keep on doing it. Let me back that up. Working for you is a misnomer anyway, because the program doesn't work for you. You work for it. So you in turn have to stop and then adjust, take a few steps back, look and see what's going on. What do you do? And adjust. Okay? And adjust. That's something I learned from Eric Worre, one of the biggest networkers on the planet, is you just adjust it, take a step back, look at a different perspective and adjust. And as far as the company collecting money for people, that's only for USA and Canadian members only, okay? Only. If you're from another country, we don't do that, okay? We tried that a few times off and on, and it just didn't work out due to chargebacks and things like that. Paying out such a high commission is just not possible for us to absorb things like that. So my whole goal with everything that we do here with Easy One Up is, how can I stay in business? These are not just individuals, but individuals with families and things like that. So I have to take all of that together with all the decisions we did and have made with the company itself. So, hey, Walter, thank you so much for coming on today. And I know you have some functions to go to. I can't wait to go to your house again. The pool was amazing. Amazing. A great time, great people and everything. And guys, all the people that come on here today, Walter, Victor, you can tell we have a great time together because it's fun, right? Have a great time, fun, laugh, and that type of thing. Have a great time with your business. Don't just be so serious, right? Laugh and have a great time. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, everyone. Good luck to you, everybody. And I'm looking forward to a boatload of emails coming in to join this amazing layaway program with these great people. Victor, it was great to see you.
Good
Peter,
to see you too,
Walter. Okay.
I'm with my wife to have an anniversary dinner. So everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.
Thank you.
All right.